Have you ever felt ignored, belittled, or treated unfairly by someone? Maybe a coworker constantly talks over you in meetings, a friend makes sarcastic comments about you, or a family member disregards your feelings. How do you respond? Should you confront them, ignore them, or walk away? Disrespect can come in many forms: words, actions, or even silence. And if you don't address it, it can wear you down emotionally and mentally. But here's the good news: you don't have to tolerate it. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 powerful ways to handle people who don't respect you. These strategies will help you stand your ground, protect your peace, and maintain your self-worth. But before we dive in, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Your support helps us create more valuable content to empower you in everyday life. Also, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's get started. Set boundaries and stick to them. Disrespect often continues when people think they can get away with it. If someone keeps crossing the line and you say nothing, they assume their behavior is acceptable. That's why setting clear and firm boundaries is essential. Boundaries show people how you expect to be treated and let them know what behaviors you won't tolerate. How to set boundaries. The first step to setting boundaries is identifying what makes you uncomfortable. Ask yourself, what kind of behavior do I find disrespectful? What words, actions, or attitudes cross the line for me? How do I want people to treat me instead? Once you know your limits, you need to communicate them clearly. If someone interrupts you, belittles you, or speaks rudely, address it directly. You don't have to be aggressive, but you must be firm. For example, you can say, "I don't appreciate being interrupted. Please let me finish my point. I don't like being spoken to in that tone. If we're going to talk, let's do it respectfully. I need you to respect my time. If you're going to be late, please let me know in advance." The key is to express yourself calmly but assertively. Avoid apologizing for setting boundaries. Your feelings and comfort matter just as much as anyone else's. Why sticking to boundaries is important. Setting boundaries is one thing, but enforcing them consistently is what makes them effective. If you tell someone not to disrespect you, but let them get away with it, they won't take your words seriously. For example, if someone keeps making hurtful jokes at your expense and you laugh it off instead of addressing it, they'll think it's okay. If you tell a coworker not to dump last-minute work on you, but always accept it without protest, they won't respect your limits. People test boundaries all the time, whether consciously or unconsciously. Your job is to stand by your words and follow through with consequences if needed. What to do if someone ignores your boundaries? Some people will push back when you set boundaries. They may try to guilt trip you, get defensive, or ignore your requests altogether. When that happens, here's what you can do. 1. Reaffirm your boundary. Remind them of what you said and why it matters. 2. Use I statements. Instead of blaming, focus on your feelings. I feel disrespected when you interrupt me. I need you to let me speak. 3. Limit your interactions. If they continue to disregard your boundaries, it may be time to distance yourself or reduce communication. 4. Take action. If it's in a workplace setting, report the issue to a supervisor or HR if necessary. If it's in a personal relationship, consider whether that person deserves a place in your life. Setting and sticking to boundaries isn't about controlling others. It's about protecting your peace and self-respect. People who truly value you will respect your boundaries, while those who don't may not be worth your time. Stay calm and composed. One of the worst things you can do when faced with disrespect is to react emotionally. That's exactly what some people want, to provoke you, make you feel small, or control your emotions. But when you stay calm and composed, you take away their power and maintain control over yourself. Reacting with anger, frustration, or defensiveness can often escalate the situation and make things worse. On the other hand, responding with confidence and self-control shows that you are not easily shaken. Why staying calm is powerful. When you stay composed, you show that you are emotionally strong and in control, prevent the other person from getting the reaction they want, make it easier to think clearly and respond effectively. Earn more respect because people see that you don't let emotions dictate your actions. Imagine someone insults you in front of others, hoping to embarrass you. If you react with anger, they win. But if you remain calm, pause, and respond with a simple, "Are you done?" or "That was unnecessary," you flip the situation on them. How to stay calm when someone disrespects you. Staying calm doesn't mean you ignore disrespect. It means you respond with control instead of reacting emotionally. Here are some strategies. 1. Take a deep breath before responding. When someone says something offensive, your first instinct might be to snap back. Instead, pause for a moment and take a deep breath. This small action helps slow your emotional response and gives you a moment to think before you speak. 2. Use a neutral or confident tone. The way you respond can make a big difference. Instead of raising your voice or sounding upset, keep your tone steady, neutral, and confident. For example, "Wrong, why are you always so rude to me?" shows frustration and gives them power. "Right, I don't appreciate that tone. Let's keep this conversation respectful," shows calm authority. 3. Use silence as a tool. Sometimes, the best response is no response at all. If someone is trying to get a reaction out of you, ignoring them can be more powerful than arguing. A long pause or silence after someone says something disrespectful can make them uncomfortable and force them to rethink their behavior. If someone makes a rude comment, instead of reacting immediately, just look at them for a few seconds without saying a word. This makes them realize their behavior is inappropriate. 4. Don't let their words define you. Some people insult others to make themselves feel better. Their disrespect is often a reflection of their own issues, not yours. Instead of taking it personally, remind yourself, their words do not define me. Their actions are about them, not me. I choose how I respond, and I choose peace. By maintaining this mindset, you protect your self-esteem and avoid letting negative people affect your confidence. 5. Redirect the conversation. If someone is being rude or condescending, you can take control of the conversation by redirecting it. For example, if someone makes a sarcastic remark about your work, say, "If you have constructive feedback, I'd be happy to hear it. Otherwise, let's keep the conversation productive." If someone tries to argue with you in public, say, "Let's discuss this later when we're both calm." This prevents unnecessary conflict and shifts the focus away from their disrespectful behavior. What to do if staying calm feels impossible. Sometimes people say things that hit a nerve, and it's hard to stay calm. In those moments, step away. If a conversation is getting too heated, it's okay to remove yourself. Count to 10. A simple mental break can stop you from reacting emotionally. Remind yourself of the bigger picture. Ask, "Is this worth my energy?" If not, move on. Staying calm doesn't mean letting people walk over you. It means handling the situation with strength and self-respect. When you don't let disrespect shake you, you prove that you are in control, not them. Speak up for yourself. Many people struggle with disrespect because they choose to stay silent. They don't want to create conflict, make things awkward, or risk upsetting others. But the truth is, silence can sometimes be mistaken for acceptance. And when you don't stand up for yourself, people may continue to treat you poorly. Speaking up doesn't mean you have to be rude or aggressive. It simply means you assert yourself with confidence and let people know what you will and will not tolerate. Why speaking up is important. It commands respect. People take you more seriously when they see that you won't tolerate mistreatment. It sets the standard for how you want to be treated. If you don't speak up, people may assume their behavior is okay. It builds self-confidence. The more you assert yourself, the stronger and more empowered you'll feel. It prevents resentment. Staying silent while feeling disrespected can lead to bottled up frustration. Speaking up clears the air. How to speak up for yourself effectively. 1. Address the behavior directly. If someone disrespects you, don't ignore it. Address it in the moment or soon after while it's still relevant. Let them know their behavior is unacceptable. For example, "I don't appreciate being interrupted. Please let me finish speaking. I'd like to be spoken to with respect. That comment was unnecessary. I understand we disagree, but I expect to be treated with courtesy." These statements are firm but polite, making it clear that you won't accept disrespect. 2. Use I statements. Instead of blaming or accusing, focus on how their actions affect you. This reduces defensiveness and keeps the conversation constructive. For example, wrong. You're always rude to me. Why are you like this? Right? I feel disrespected when you raise your voice at me. I'd appreciate it if we could talk calmly. I statements help you express your feelings without making the other person feel attacked. 3. Keep your tone calm and assertive. How you say something is just as important as what you say. If you sound nervous, apologetic, or unsure, people may not take you seriously. If you sound aggressive, they may become defensive. Aim for a steady, confident tone that commands respect without hostility. For example, instead of whispering, speak at a normal volume with clarity. Instead of fidgeting, maintain eye contact and stand tall. Instead of sounding hesitant, be direct in your words. Confidence in your voice and body language makes your message stronger. Set and reinforce consequences. Sometimes words alone aren't enough, especially if someone repeatedly disrespects you. In these cases, you need to make it clear that if the behavior continues, you will take action. For example, if you continue speaking to me this way, I won't continue this conversation. I value our friendship, but if you keep putting me down, I'll have to distance myself. If this behavior continues in the workplace, I'll have to escalate the issue to management. Setting consequences shows that you mean what you say and won't tolerate repeated disrespect. 5. Practice saying no. Many people struggle to speak up because they have a hard time saying no, whether it's to extra work, unreasonable demands, or unfair treatment. Learning to say no is a key part of self-respect. Examples of polite but firm ways to say no. I'm not comfortable with that. I have other commitments and won't be able to take this on. That doesn't work for me. I can't do that, but I appreciate you thinking of me. You don't need a long explanation. A simple, clear no is enough. What to do if someone doesn't respect your words? Some people will ignore you even after you speak up. If that happens, stay firm, repeat your boundary, and don't back down. Walk away. If they refuse to respect you, don't waste your energy. Limit interactions. If possible, avoid people who continuously disrespect you. Get support. If it's a workplace issue, report it. If it's personal, seek advice from trusted friends or mentors. Speaking up for yourself isn't about being rude, it's about valuing yourself enough to demand respect. When you express yourself confidently and assertively, people learn that you expect to be treated with dignity. So next time someone disrespects you, remember, your voice matters. Use it. Limit your exposure to toxic people. Not everyone in your life deserves unlimited access to you. Some people will continue to disrespect you no matter how many times you set boundaries or speak up for yourself. When that happens, the best thing you can do is limit your exposure to them. Toxic people drain your energy, affect your mental health, and make you doubt yourself. They may criticize you, manipulate you, guilt trip you, or undermine your confidence. Over time, their negative behavior can make you feel stressed, anxious, or even question your self-worth. The good news? You don't have to keep them in your life. Signs of a toxic person. Before you start limiting your exposure, you need to recognize who the toxic people are. Here are some red flags. They constantly put you down or make sarcastic remarks at your expense. They never take responsibility for their actions and always blame others. They make you feel guilty or obligated to do things you don't want to do. They are negative all the time and drain your energy. They cross your boundaries repeatedly, even after you've spoken up. They try to control you, either emotionally or through manipulation. If someone consistently treats you poorly, it's a sign that you need to protect yourself from their influence. How to limit your exposure to toxic people. 1. Reduce contact gradually. If this is someone you see regularly, like a coworker, friend, or family member, you may not be able to cut them off completely. However, you can control how much time and energy you give them. Respond less often to texts or calls. Keep conversations short and neutral. Avoid spending time with them in one-on-one situations. Politely decline invitations to hang out. For example, if a toxic coworker always complains and spreads negativity, limit small talk and only interact when necessary for work. 2. Set emotional boundaries. Even if you have to interact with toxic people, you don't have to let them affect you emotionally. Set mental and emotional barriers to protect yourself. Don't take their words personally. They often project their own insecurities onto others. Don't engage in unnecessary arguments or drama. Don't expect them to change, accept that they are who they are. Instead, remind yourself, their behavior is about them, not me. I am in control of my emotions. I choose how much energy I give to this person. 3. Create physical distance. If possible, physically distance yourself from toxic individuals. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your time. In the workplace, avoid sitting near them or being in unnecessary meetings with them. In social settings, don't go out of your way to engage with them. In relationships, spend more time with people who uplift and respect you. If someone constantly disrespects you, you don't have to explain why you're distancing yourself. You can simply prioritize your well-being. 4. Be direct if necessary. Sometimes you need to have an honest conversation and let the person know why you're creating distance. If they ask why you're not as available, you can say, I've been focusing on my own well-being and need some space. I don't feel comfortable with how I'm treated in this relationship, so I'm taking a step back. I need to prioritize relationships that bring positivity into my life. This doesn't mean starting a fight. It just means being honest about what you need. Cut ties completely. In some cases, limiting exposure isn't enough. If someone is truly toxic, manipulative, or abusive, the best thing to do may be to cut them out of your life entirely. Block them on social media. Stop responding to messages or calls. Don't feel guilty. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It may feel difficult at first, especially if this person has been in your life for a long time. But removing toxic people opens space for healthier, more respectful relationships. Final thought. You don't have to allow disrespectful or toxic people to have a place in your life. Your time, energy, and peace of mind are valuable. Choose to surround yourself with people who uplift and respect you. So take a moment to reflect who in your life brings you down and how can you start limiting your exposure to them. Lead by example. One of the most powerful ways to handle people who don't respect you is to show them how it's done. When you lead by example, you demonstrate the behavior you expect from others: confidence, respect, and self-discipline. Disrespectful people often thrive on chaos, negativity, and emotional reactions. But when you carry yourself with dignity and self-respect, you set a standard. Some will take notice and adjust their behavior. Others may not. But at the end of the day, your character will always speak louder than their words. Why leading by example is important. It commands respect. When you treat yourself and others with dignity, people are more likely to follow suit. It shifts the energy. Instead of reacting to negativity, you create an environment of confidence and self-respect. It attracts the right people. Those who respect your values will gravitate toward you, while those who don't will naturally distance themselves. It reinforces your own self-worth. Acting with confidence and integrity strengthens your mindset. People will learn how to treat you based on how you treat yourself and how you interact with others. How to lead by example when facing disrespect. 1. Respect yourself first. If you want others to respect you, you must start with self-respect. This means speaking kindly to yourself. Don't put yourself down. Setting and enforcing boundaries. Your limits matter. Carrying yourself with confidence, your posture, tone, and energy set the tone. When people see that you value yourself, they will be less likely to cross the line with you. 2. Stay calm and composed. Disrespectful people often expect an emotional reaction. When you stay calm, you show them that their words or actions don't control you. Instead of getting angry, try responding with a neutral, steady tone. Taking a deep breath before replying. Pausing for a moment before speaking to show you are in control. Example. If someone raises their voice, instead of yelling back, say, "I'm happy to talk when we can do so respectfully." If someone tries to provoke you, simply smile and walk away. Nothing frustrates a toxic person more than realizing they don't have power over you. Your ability to stay composed sends a clear message. You are not easily shaken. 3. Treat others with respect, even when they don't deserve it. One of the hardest but most effective things you can do is respond to disrespect with grace. This doesn't mean allowing mistreatment, it means showing that you are above their level of negativity. Speak firmly but respectfully. Avoid personal attacks or insults. Show kindness where possible, but don't let people take advantage of you. For example, wrong. You're always so rude, no wonder no one likes you. This escalates the situation. Right. I don't appreciate being spoken to like that. Let's keep this professional. This keeps the conversation focused and mature. Your behavior reflects your values, and when you show respect, even in difficult situations, you stand out as a strong, confident individual. 4. Set standards in your relationships. Your relationships, whether personal or professional, should be built on mutual respect. If someone in your life constantly disrespects you, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. Ask yourself, does this person add value to my life? Do they treat me with kindness and consideration? Do I feel good about myself when I'm around them? If the answer is no, it's okay to distance yourself. You deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift and respect you. 5. Keep growing and improving. The best way to earn respect is to continually work on becoming the best version of yourself. Focus on building your confidence, work on your self-esteem, and believe in your worth. Improving your communication skills. Learn how to express yourself clearly and assertively. Surrounding yourself with high-value people. Spend time with those who inspire and uplift you. When you focus on your personal growth, you naturally attract respect because people admire those who carry themselves with strength and purpose. At the end of the day, you can't control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. By leading with confidence, self-respect, and emotional strength, you show people that you expect respect and that you won't settle for anything less. So ask yourself, am I setting the right example for how I want to be treated? Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on confidence, respect, and personal growth. See you in the next one.